It's too early for this, but it's time to get ready for school. Oh, hi. My name's Timothy Pope. I'm a student here at Peninsula High School. And you know what? It's a pretty great school. It's accepting of its students. The teachers are nice and understanding. But you know what? It's got one big problem. It's start time. This school starts at 7:30, which means that some students are up at 5 in the morning just to catch the bus. And it's having some serious effects on their health and academic achievement. Come here, follow me. Now, you may be thinking that teens are getting the sleep they need because of technology, because they're staying up all night on their computers and phones. And while yes, this is true, it's not really the reason why teens are staying up. Teens naturally fall asleep later. It's just part of their biology. And then they're forced to wake up early for school, which is depriving them of sleep. And this sleep deprivation not only makes teens feel tired and fatigued, it's also directly affecting their ability to perform well in school. Pat Gemma, a superintendent, stated that fully rested teens have improved memory, reaction time, mood, and athletic performance.
Oh, it's incredible, but I'm not sure that the lack of sleep would be tied to that schedule. So I'm not sure that, I know there's some research that talks about circadian rhythms and how students, the natural teenager's circadian rhythm is later, but I'm not sure that we wouldn't see the same problem if we started later.
Definitely, because if a kid doesn't get enough sleep, they come to school, they can't keep their eyes open, and some kids I know treat first period as sort of a sleeping period, where they take their time to move into second period, where even then, they're still suffering from very little sleep.
Absolutely, I do believe that the lack of sleep does affect their learning ability. Absolutely.
Dr. Ronald E. Dole, a professor of community health and human development, wrote an article explaining the effects of sleep deprivation on teens. He explained that sleep deprivation can cause teens to act impulsive, silly, and even depressed. He also discusses how teens' physiology makes them have a different circadian rhythm or sleep cycle than adults or children. Their bodies naturally release melatonin later in the day, and as a consequence, they fall asleep later in the night. Dr. Dahl stated himself that sleepiness is the most direct consequence of adolescent sleep loss, and it manifests itself most significantly in difficulty getting up on time for school and falling asleep in school.
Yes, because I've seen the kids who don't, some who stay up until almost 1 o'clock, only get 5 hours of sleep, and they're usually sitting there with their heads down, their eyes are closed, they can't pay attention at all because they're entirely somewhere else.
Absolutely, absolutely. High schoolers, young adolescents are growing, developing rapidly at this age, and just that in itself requires a lot more, or just a normal amount of sleep, which would be an 8-hour period. And also, I think that they remain healthier when they get that allotment of sleep.
Well, absolutely, or more. And they shouldn't just do that on the weekends so they can sleep until 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
If you're talking about high school, I think that high school is an earlier start than most students at that age can handle. I would prefer seeing high schoolers starting later in the day. The nature of the individuals are they're growing, they have more to do in the evenings. Elementary school children are usually in bed earlier, and lives aren't as full, and so therefore up earlier with more energy.
It's early. I agree. It would be nice to have lunch at a decent time, at like a real lunchtime. But I think everything's a trade-off. Getting out of school at 2 o'clock is a cool thing. allows teenagers to have jobs and play sports and have a more active life. I think setting it later might impact some of those things, and I'm not sure that teenagers wouldn't just then go to bed an hour later and still wake up groggy.
I think that 7:30 is a bit early because it just seems like kids have to wake up on the fly, and that's not a good way to start the school. Getting there frazzled, it's just never a good way to start. I think if it were to start later, maybe 8:30, an hour later, such as making late start the usual starting time. And I think that's because it would give kids, they could go to bed at the time they usually do and still get all the hours of sleep they need.
Logistically, I don't think we can. We don't have enough buses to pick everybody up at the same time. And I can't imagine having elementary kids out at 6:30 in the morning waiting for a bus. So logistically, I'm not sure it's possible to start. If we had a lot of money all of a sudden, could buy buses so that everybody could start at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, that'd be really cool. I wouldn't mind it. But the logistics to making that happen would be tough. I know Seattle's going to start doing it. It'd be interesting to see what they find out.
That would be fantastic. Just thinking maybe like a 9 o'clock start would be great for high school individuals. I think they'd be healthier all the way around.
In addition to affecting their ability to learn, students who fight their natural sleep cycles and drive early in the morning can get into severe sleep-related motor accidents because of something called a microsleep. High School, a good school with good people, but it starts far too early for its teenage students to maintain a healthy lifestyle. And what really would be the cost of increasing the school start time by an hour or so if it meant the safety and well-being of the students who attend it?